jump down into this little customization I got going on. Now, what I am doing is this is the Moken 10 PDL, and this is from Feel Free. This is where the pedal drive goes in. Now, in some of my tournaments, I cannot use pedal drives, so I have to take the pedal drives out. Once I do that, I have that big hole. I cannot find an insert that goes in this specific kayak. Now, that stinks because when the pedals are out for my bare bones tournaments, I can't use those, so I have this big open hole, which unfortunately I could lose a cell phone, I could lose a fish, I could drop something down in there. I don't want to do that. So I'd actually come up with this to go over it. But if anybody knows where I can find one, please leave a comment with maybe the link or the business or wherever I can get it, and I'll try to go through that. But right now, I'm trying to just design a top for this, just for my own purposes. And the plastic I was going to go with, but it's just not as sturdy as I was hoping. Since now some of the pieces of weather stripping come off, if I was to lose that weather stripping, it's definitely not sturdy enough to hold up. So that right there, no go. But I decided to go with a piece of wood, a lot more sturdy, and once I stain it and polyurethane it, it should look pretty good on here. A dark brown stain or whatever, put it on here and it should look good. Once I can lay the strap over, and then I can put a 12-inch rail, 6-inch rail, 2 6-inch rails. I can put the Yak Attack boxes, the double stacked boxes in here. So with the wood, I got a few more things I can do that allows me to utilize this area versus just losing this space once I take the pedals. But once I do that, put that in there, that's what I've got. Now I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna actually put another strap here, thinking just maybe, a pull strap that'll allow me just to pull this down tight and do something like that. But that will come as I go through this. But right now, this little bungee cord will hold it down for what I'm looking for. But when I'm doing my tournaments, I like to have a tackle box right here in front of me, so this will be a great spot just to set it and get it out of the way, and just keep everything a little bit more organized since the kayak is shorter, because that's the seat all the way back, so that's the leg room. I'll put a shoe up here just to kind of show you, right there. Once your legs are up here and that's your shoe, your foot's gonna be up here, so you're limited to this middle section right here of space. And up here, once the pedals are in, that space is gone. You no longer have that space. So that's what I'm trying to figure out with my kayak tournaments that don't allow the pedals, is how to utilize this area right here in the middle. And this right here is my best option, in my opinion, versus having a box that goes in there. All right, bought my first accessories for the kayak, and right now the cover piece for when my pedals are out for my bare bones tournaments is drying. As you can see, paint all over my hands. Started off with a wood grain look, didn't like the wood grain look, so went with more of a mixture of what color my kayak is. But let's jump into these accessories real quick. I just bought the Yak Attack Gridlock XL Mighty Mount. You can see right there, little 6-inch mount, and the double stack Yak Attack boxes. Now, these right here are definitely going to come in handy. They are going to go on top of the cover. Now, this is going to help with storage, especially with it being a 10-foot kayak. Like, if you watch the video where I did the review, you can see there's not a whole lot of storage. So these boxes are going to come in handy when it comes to, being able to put anything in here I need, spinner baits, crank baits, anything I want to go in here, cell phone, blah, 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 whatever, can go in there and help me make more room on the kayak. So gonna put this on there, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, just got done with the cover. I think it looks great. I did originally have it a wood color, changed it over to more of a color that's closer to the kayak. I think it looks pretty good. It's just a little wooden cover to keep the water from coming up and me from losing stuff. But got my Yak Attack boxes, got the mount on, got my magnets on there, and I think it looks pretty good. So let's take a look. There it is. Now, there's my mount for my Yak box, and there's my magnets. Now that'll be great for when I'm doing something and I'm in a hurry, say I have to cut off real quick and tie something else on new. I can just throw my pliers or my needle nose or my fingernail clippers, whatever it is. I can throw them right up here and they'll stick right to it. So give you a quick little, so say for instance, clippers, get them, throw it up right there. Boom, they're stuck to it. Need them back, got them, they're right there. Throw them back up, they're out of the way. So don't have to worry about them sliding all around the kayak, getting up here in the front and out of, we're out of reach for something quick and easy. But let's put this Yak box on and see what it looks like. Let's take this bottom off. That's the quickest way to do it, I figured out. We're gonna do it probably, oop, drop that. Take that off. Let's get them like that. We're gonna do the box about right there. I think that'll look good. I think that'll be just about where I want it. Put this on there. And I can adjust it if I get in here and realize I don't like it there. But I think this is gonna be about where I want it. So let's see what it looks like. No, I think that's gonna be perfect. I think that's exactly where I'm gonna want it. I think that's exactly how I want it right there. It's up and out of the way, up towards the front. Open it up, boom. Now, let me go ahead and strap it down so I get the real idea of it. There we go. That's down, box is in there. You can take it, turn it over. There's my pliers and stuff. Flip that one over, and it sits open just like that. There we go. I think it'll work perfect. Close it off, boom. I think that looks great. I think that's gonna work out perfect. I think that's even better than having a little compartment down there. I can put everything I need right there in the front. So pretty excited. I know it's just putting some stuff on a kayak, but man, I am super pumped and getting ready to get out there and fish. And these are gonna be the tournaments I'm in, is fishing without the pedals. And I've got a big tournament comes up in June. That's the smallmouth king tournament that's up on the river, and you can't use pedals in that one either. So that right there is gonna be perfect. I think that'll, if the kayak was to for some reason flip over, those aren't gonna go anywhere. And it allows me to throw in a couple, bait bags that, if I'm using 2 or 3 different plastics that I think are just the ones I'm gonna be using, or, a couple, whatever. Yeah, I can throw them right in there and have them right, as quickly as possible. So pretty pumped.